You're sitting down right now. You don't feel like you're doing anything, but if someone sat across from you and shifted in their chair, your body would shift too within seconds without you ever deciding to. You won't notice it happening. You won't feel it happening. But it will happen. And that's just the simple version, though the real answer is stranger than that. Since the day you were born, you've been copying, not in the way you copy a dance move or a workout routine on purpose. You copy without knowing you're copying. Your tone of voice shifts depending on who you're with. Your walk changes depending on who's beside you. Even your breathing rate syncs with the person you're talking to if the conversation runs long enough. Your brain was built to do this. The question is why? In 1999, psychologist Tanya Chartrand and her advisor John Barg ran a simple experiment. They put people in a room with someone else who was actually part of the research team. That person would sometimes shake their foot, sometimes rub their face for no clear reason. The result? The other participants started shaking their feet or rubbing their faces the same way without ever realizing they were doing it. They called this the chameleon effect. Your body takes on the color of whoever's around you, and without asking your permission. So why? Why is your brain wired to do this without checking with you first? The answer sits inside a cluster of brain cells called mirror neurons. They were discovered by a team led by Italian neuroscientist Giacomo Rizzolatti in the 1990s, almost by accident, while studying a monkey's brain. They noticed that the same neurons firing when the monkey ate a peanut also fired when the monkey simply watched another researcher eat a peanut. Your brain doesn't fully separate doing something from watching it being done. It rehearses it internally, which means every time you see someone smile, part of your brain begins the same pathway it would use to smile itself. Sit with that for a second. Your body isn't just observing the people around you. It's living their experience alongside them. And this isn't only about movement. It extends to emotion itself. In 1993, psychologist Elaine Hatfield and her colleagues published research on something called emotional contagion. The idea is that the feelings of people around you spread to you the way a cold spreads. Sit next to someone anxious, and you'll feel anxious for no clear reason. Walk into a room full of happy people, and you'll find yourself laughing before you know it's funny. Studies show this happens within fractions of a second before your conscious mind can weigh in on anything. Your body reacts before your thoughts arrive. So why would our brains be built this way in the first place? This isn't a glitch. It was a survival tool. Think about your ancestors living in small bands of hunters and gatherers, thousands of years before, writing before complex language. In those conditions, the person who could read the group's mood quickly and sync with it had a better chance of staying alive. If one person in the group suddenly felt fear and the rest synced with that fear within a split second, the whole group could flee real danger before a single word was spoken. Syncing wasn't a social nicety. It was an early warning system. The ones who didn't sync fell behind, and falling behind in a moment of real danger often meant not making it. So that feeling of reading the people around you isn't just a social skill you picked up. It's the leftover of a very old system built at a time when the wrong call could cost you your life. But here's where the picture flips completely. Researchers notice this involuntary mimicry doesn't happen equally with everyone, and it happens far more with people you feel are like you or people you want to get closer to. Follow-up experiments after Chartrand and Barg's original study found that people who got mimicked more actually ended up liking the person who mimicked them more, even without remembering why, which means mimicry isn't just a byproduct of connection. Mimicry builds the connection. Your body says, "You're one of us," before your mind decides it trusts you. Now think about your own life today. In the meeting where you feel like you're clicking with your team, a big part of that feeling isn't a conscious decision. Your body is syncing with their tone and their movements without you noticing. In the call where you feel a strange distance from someone, part of the reason might be that your body couldn't find a rhythm to sync with. Even in video calls and messaging apps, researchers have noted this physical syncing weakens, which is part of why some calls feel cold without you being able to say exactly why. There's something even stranger. Mimicry doesn't just bring you closer to people. Over time, it makes you absorb their traits. People who spend long stretches of time together end up growing alike